Hello everyone, transport enthusiast here and welcome back to Tramsim. In this video we will be looking at the last scenario that we have left to do, the Track Switch Malfunction Scenario. We won't be doing the whole scenario since it's over 50 minutes long, and then once we fix the track switch it's just continuing on line 1, so we'll basically end it once we fix the track switch. So let's get going. So we want to go here to Scenario Switch Malfunction. We're going to use the ULF B, the nice long one, and let's go. And the reason we're using the ULF B is because I quite like the ULFs, to be honest. I think the ULFs are my favourite ones to drive, mainly because they're very nippy. I do like the E2 as well, but I've seen someone else has done a video with the E2, although they didn't seem to be successful with completing the track switch scenario, because the first time I attempted this video, it did not go so well. The track switch would not switch, but hopefully this time it'll be all successful. So here we go. I don't know why it gives us this kind of snapshot before it goes into the tram, but it is what it is. Here we are in the ULF B. And we aren't doing a cold start because it's not realistic to do a cold start at a, at a terminus. Well, I guess you can turn down the tram, but there's not really any need to. They turn off the engines of the buses, but that's because they're running fuel, and of course it pollutes the environment. Oh, not fuel, diesel, sorry, let's be precise. Well, fuel, yeah, diesel is fuel, but, to be very precise, it's there. Okay, 90 SP. So while we're driving along, I think we'll do a full commentary today and just talk a bit about what there is in the future for Tramsim, because as we know now, we basically had the Betriebsbahnhof, or the Tramsim Depot Vienna DLC is essentially complete. We got both the ULF trams, and we also got the depot. However, there is still 2 more variants that will be featured as a free update to the ULF DLC. I can't remember what they are, but I don't imagine it look too different from the current ULFs. So that's probably something that will happen in the not so distant future. We also got the line U2Z there on Monday of last week. But again, it's not too sure yet, because there was some discussion in Discord and it's still not quite clear, because apparently there was also, obviously they did say a while back there will be a new line added for free, but it's not yet entirely clear if that was going to be the U2Z or if it would be another line, because people said with the teaser screenshots they shared, it was not actually of an area on the U2Z, because obviously the U2Z is just essentially a short line 1 with one of the tracks unlocked that was previously not accessible. So yeah, in theory you could do a line 1 to Schottenring, but I don't think it will show up on the IBIS. So essentially that means we could get the next thing that could be in the works would be that line. They have they are a 12-person team, so I'm guessing there is the possibility that they could be running 2 separate projects at the same time. It is interesting that they're a 12-person team, because one wonder how much money such a game makes in order to sustain a staff base of 12 employees, but there you have it. And in addition also, there's publishers and Steam and all that where some of the money goes to. But it does seem to be fairly successful, because it shows up on Steam. I think it shows up on the Aerosoft as one of the top-selling games. Obviously under Omsi 2, but yeah, I don't think anything is going to be beating Omsi 2 in the time being. In addition, also, people have said in the Discord, I'm not sure if it's been confirmed officially by the Tramsim team, i.e. View app, but people have been saying that apparently the first official map DLC will be Munich, and it's going to feature 2 lines. Now, you may remember View app was working on a Munich DLC, I think it was called Munich 1978 for Lotus, and of course they had a falling out with the developers of Lotus, so perhaps they might just port over some of the work they've done there, and just, obviously it's a different engine, but something like the 3D buildings EDC probably could be converted with not too much difficulty. So that's probably the next DLC to expect, and that's when they come with 2 lines as well. But again, I don't think there's an official confirmation as of yet. Anyway, there we go, 10 TSP. And yeah, that is really all that is happening in the Tramsim arena, really, essentially. Because also the other thing is, apparently the modding tools are available to those who request them and have proven a certain skill set. It's a skill set. It's kind of annoying they've done it the TSW2 way, where they've locked out the modding tools. That basically just means that they lock out modding, so it kind of means that one, the developers can make more money through commissions, etc. And also, I guess it means that way that if people want more content, they have to pay for it. That's kind of the theory people gave for TSW2 as to essentially why TSW2 the editing tools are only available to mods. It's because what you'll notice is that while Dovetail Games actually publishes all the info and the updates, EDC, they kind of act like the backdoor publisher. I think they're their own publisher. But essentially, what they do is they don't actually make a lot of the add-ons, someone else does, and then they just take a certain fee, but perhaps for commission, or not commission, but perhaps just for publishing. Yeah. But the interesting thing there is that obviously with Tramsim it's a bit different, because Tramsim View App is not the publisher of Tramsim, they're the developers, but they've actually got Aerosoft as the publishers. So essentially, if they go down that route, the kind of route that Dovetail Games has gone with TSW2, then since they're not the publisher, one would wonder how I guess they could just charge a commission because it's their game, but it's a bit less, it's a bit less lucrative. Well, I'm not really sure developing add-ons is lucrative from a financial perspective, unless it's for a very big game like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. But certainly it's a bit less lucrative for developers. Now I think this signal here means we can go straight all right. I think so, yeah. But then it just has two dots afterwards to the right, so yeah. One can pull out with that. We got pull out with that last time. Because I haven't really checked the manual. So I've looked at it before. But I don't know if those things are showing up maybe in the past, like before the demo thing. But yeah, so there might be people who are working on Tramsim DLCs in the background, setting devs, but we don't know as of yet. Maybe in the future they'll release the modding tools, but it doesn't seem likely considering the website says that if you want the modding tools, you can apply for them. Now, there we are. Yeah, so I think when it's like clear and there's the 90 SP in the background, that means that you stop before the line. When it's green, it means I think you've stopped after the line, and you can just corroborate that. No, that's not what it means. Never mind. Okay, I have no idea why sometimes on the screen sometimes it's clear. If anyone or transparent, if anyone knows, do let us know. Solve that mystery. Also, another interesting thing is just going down the U2Z. The U2Z actually said in the U2Z video that it seems to be allocated to ULF A trams. Actually, seems to be allocated to flexibly ULF A's and ULF B's. No E2s, and perhaps that's because they want to be low floor. Because I do think all these gas stations they have lifts. I think. No, there doesn't seem to be a lift here actually. So yeah. Or maybe there is. Maybe it's just like in there, past the wall. This kind of reminds you of the GTA 5 tram network. Most of it's underground. But then it's interesting because the turning circle in GTA 5 is actually kind of like overground a bit as well. But then it's underground. Shame that none of the turning circles are overground fully. I'm not sure about this here. It doesn't really seem very natural, kind of the way it disappears. I think I don't know, it's just kind of, yeah, it just seems to kind of disappear around. It just doesn't seem very realistic. That just after the end of the tunnel there. Oh, slow down, yeah. Yeah, also I'm not sure why this one you have to stop like on the middle of the platform. Okay, I think I know why. Because yeah, it's kind of strange because usually you stop at the very front of the platform. Sometimes here the trains in Dublin they don't always like it's like not the commuter trains. It's kind of like an overground essentially, but they don't always stop at the very end of the platform. Sometimes stop in the middle if they're like two carriages, but usually it's at the end. When I say the end, it's basically the front. But I think here the reason it doesn't stop at the front is essentially because the staircase and the lifts are down there, so it's just going to be a lot of walking for people unnecessarily. But then why is the platform this long, one would wonder. Oh, maybe it's because they can access these. I wonder why sometimes like you see these in underground stations as well, and like railways, they just have like not the actual like the stone part, but the metal part for the railway is just lying there. Maybe it's just spare parts. Fix it up. Another thing actually interesting to know is because there are a few videos on YouTube of these line 1 in Vienna in real life. I think they used to be allocated to ULF trams. But it's interesting because actually here it gives you the impression that everything's like, well maintained, completely, new, there's no potholes or anything. When then you actually look at I think it was the Stefan Karlplatz terminus. No, the Vater Hauptlied terminus. It was actually like, there's a kind of like, the track's a bit cracked and it's It's just like it kind of appears better visually in game than it actually is in real life. So it'd be nice like if with as when it is with Omsi 2, there's like simulations of the holes. Although I know in Omsi 2 the textures for the potholes aren't exactly great, but still just a nice little added extra, I guess, for that realism. We've made contact with the signal. Yeah, so I know what A stands for. So yeah, we're nearly at Karlplatz now, and we'll be going to fix the trams. Hopefully there's no airline. This is the thing with the trams at the track switch malfunction that's interesting. Also not like that, so it's a tangent. It's kind of strange where usually build license code not to go straight. But yeah, what I was saying there is if there's an AI tram in front of you, then you'd wonder what happens there, because then that would also essentially be blocked by the broken track switch. So yeah, sometimes the timing might not work out correctly, because say if there's an airline tram line 62 in front of you, then that probably will stay there because obviously the track switch is broken, or it will move and then the track switch will break after it moves, which timing wise would be probability like the probability of that happening wouldn't be exactly high. Pelican crossing. Oh, 1 minute, I thought we had 4 minutes. Maybe that's the... no, there's no tram behind us. Yeah, if you really want to get precise with this, you kind of have to zoom in and stop that way, but I don't really like doing that. So yeah, we'll sacrifice the 1 TSP. The TSP is a bit pointless now because I'm not really sure what like benefit to give you. I guess it's kind of like a boasting matter, I guess. But like, I don't know who's really going to be posting about how much TSP they have on Tramsim. Because I know before the track switch you needed 10,000 TSP level 3 to get it, the switch rod, but then they made it to level 2 because, quite frankly, that's too much game time for to drive the same one. And that was even for the difficulties out there. Which I'm not even sure if anything's marked level 3. I remember when the E2 was originally going to release, I had some videos and they were making it, they're making a requirement that you have to have like level 3, which is 10,000 TSP. Luckily that didn't happen. I think that wouldn't have gone down too well. Ah, we just stopped screaming. Yeah, so 2 more stops to go. We like to have some AI bicycles, because actually the View App team with the Vienna 2 add-on, they actually had motorbikes as AI. So it'd be nice to have some AI buses. That's something people have requested, or AI bicycles, just to add a bit of extra variety. Yeah, so those signals there kind of warn you that's a red signal, but it should go. Oh no, never mind. It's not going to go green. We have to wait. The fun. Who doesn't like hang about? Yeah, I kind of wish the Unreal Engine 4 had a more 3D looking sky, because the sky just looks very 2-dimensional. Even in Omsi 2, well, if you get a sky mod, you can get a very nice looking 3-dimensional sky with the clouds. Yeah. But this kind of has the same mirror as ECS2, where kind of the thing disappears in the background. The ECS2 graphics engine does look a bit like the Unreal Engine 4 one, but I think it's better. That should go. Come on, I know you're going to switch. Why is this taking so long? There we go. Interesting that you have an adjustable mirror here on the ULFs, but on the other trams there isn't. Yep. Oh, doesn't seem to be adjustable anymore. Just goes back to where it was. Let's try it again. Oh no, it does, okay. Yeah, I think that one's better. Oh, I think that's just only. I think moving the mirrors is actually for when you're going into the depot, so it takes up less space. And yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, also, interesting that trams don't have a offside mirror. I guess perhaps that's a bit. Okay, slow down. See, this is gonna cause us an issue. Just gonna wait for that tram to get out of the way.
Umsteigen zu U4.
But yeah, it's interesting
4A.
that these trams, they don't have offside mirrors in general. I guess that's because the assumption is because, you know, usually they run alongside the other side, just trams that will be bad to the other side, and then the clearance is always going to be perfect. Because unless it's engineered really badly, which would be very unlikely. But then sometimes they do run, you know, as single tracks, as you can see here. Now, yeah, see, this is the thing. I'm not sure if that 62 tram there is. This is the issue. I guess we'll give it a minute. Because it doesn't seem to be moving, like people seem to be trying to get on. So when those cars stop, it should move. So this is what I was talking about earlier. I'm not sure if that interferes with the scenario. Oh, it's reversing. Yeah, that's how you can reverse the trams. I think it's just a bit of a downhill section. Yeah, I don't think that tram is moving. Yep, it's not. So. I think what we're going to do is we're just going to not. This tram is just in the way, so it's interfering with the scenario, so I'm just going to get rid of it here. Yeah, because I think I had this issue last time. I think it does interfere with the scenario, so yeah, I'm just going to get rid of it. Why is it telling us to stop at... Oh, is that where I'm meant to stop? Yeah, it's telling us to stop. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure it was telling us to stop there, because that's actually past the yellow line, so that didn't give us the perfect
Können Sie mir
TSP.
bitte aus dem Weg gehen?
Können Sie bitte vorbeilassen?
Nah. Fix the switch malfunction. So, now, okay, so first of all, the switch malfunction is to do with this. So as you can see here, the switches aren't actually working, and currently it's facing the right direction, so it's the direction we want to go. But now, also noting is this switch malfunction actually is, what you can see here, what it does is it now allows you to switch this track. So technically, when you're doing free roam, you could go to the end of the world, unless then it's blocked, but I doubt that. So help man, let's see the scenario. From time to time, switch malfunctions can occur. Where the switch is not completely in the end position, switch malfunctions can be recognized by a missing signal light. So that's why the signal light is missing, because it's not the correct. It's not basically fully closed. In such a case, you have to get out of the tram and manually set the switch or one in each direction with the help of the switch operator and see if the switch tongue is in the correct position again. If the signal lights up again, the fault is rectified and the journey can be continued. Okay, so yeah, nice and straightforward. And that's not lining up, so we'll just need to switch it again. There we go. So yeah, that should be rectified, and I think now. I think. Yeah, so that's the direction it should be in. Okay. So yeah, I think that should be fine now. I don't know. That's what we did. Is it fully switched? Seems to be fully switched. Yeah. This was happening last time as well. I'm not too sure what the story there is, but we did what it told us to do. So I don't know if this is just a bug, because it's lit up. So yeah, that's the way it be. So you're turning right. I'm guessing that's telling us wait for it to turn left. So if you turn left, will it register it? Yeah, okay. I think that's fine now. I think. Yeah, if that doesn't work, I don't know. That's the second time I tried that. I don't know. It's probably just a bug because it seemed to work properly there this time, because last time I didn't get the help manual hint, but that seems to be broken, unfortunately. Yeah, I don't know. Because yeah, it's showing that direction. That's the direction we've switched it in, so I don't know what more it wants. What more can be done? Yeah, it seems to be accurante. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the story there is. It does this. It just seems to. I think this is a bug. I think other people were saying they're having similar issues. So anyway, that's the track switch malfunction. There's the help manual. So maybe some of you watching this video, you can if it doesn't show for you there, you can use that help manual. I'll pause the screen and let us know how you get along. So yeah, if you've done this scenario, let us know in the comment section how you got on, because for me, I think it's just not meant to be. Yeah, because now it's working, so yeah. Well, folks, I'm not going to waste more time on this, because we can't, the switch is working now, so I'm not really sure what the story there is. But yeah, I presume if you're successful with this, or once they fix if it's a bug, then you'll just be continuing your journey to after help to lead. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel. Comment down below how you got along with this scenario. And that is it for now. Until next time.